one thing I want to point out is in our own tools, particularly in SQL Sentry, but it's also something that you can see in some of our other tools such as SWO, SolarWinds Observability, and what we call HCO or Hybrid Cloud Observability. What we can do is we can enable you to shift left as part of your dev process. So by pointing a SQL Sentry monitoring service at your dev server, we have some things called advisory conditions. And you can invoke an advisory condition, let's say, every time you do a new deployment to the dev server. And you can see right there on the graph, as you, the various graphs of the of SQL Sentry on the dashboard, you can see right away when you run your user acceptance tests, or maybe even your sniff test, you can see right away whether performance improves, stays the same, or gets worse, right as you're working along. So you might have been tasked this morning with adding a new feature to the product. So you create a table or two, you add some indexes, a primary key, a foreign key, normal stuff. And then you write your stored procedures, perhaps that are going to interact with the database, or maybe you're using a REST API calls, whatever it is. Then you run your test, and suddenly it's generating 20 times as many forwarded records as it did before you added this feature. Well, now we know right away that this is something that shouldn't go to production as it is. It shouldn't go into the next CI/CD integration there. So it's a very, very powerful feature, not just for the DBAs, who are the traditional monitors of database and application, but for the developers who are building the next generation.